I'm Bob Azumi for Real Fishing. We're up here at the Milton Lake Lodge up in Northern Saskatchewan. We're going to have a great time fishing with my friend Bob Azumi, who's come all the way. It's going to be great. We're fishing for some pike, some grayling, maybe some lake trout. Is that right, Bob?
Easy now. Who is this guy? Hey, Howard Mickoski. How you doing, man?
Bob Azumi.
Howard and I met, well, it's kind of a personal thing. I was Googling myself one night, late at night. Punched in Bob Azumi. I'm talking about the internet site there. And what happened is about 40 pages in, I found this impersonator. Howard, you've been a comedian, impersonator for many years. You've traveled the world playing hockey, an Egyptologist. We'll talk about that later. We're up here at Milton Lake Lodge in Northern Saskatchewan. We're going to have a lot of fun. Hey, no impersonating me, eh? Come on, let's go.
Let's go.
Coming up, Bob and the crew, along with a group of businessmen, travel to Milton Lake Lodge in northern Saskatchewan in search of giant lake trout, pike, and Arctic grayling. Comedian and impersonator Howard Mickoski joins Bob on today's Fly-In Wilderness Adventure. Howard performs numerous celebrity impersonations like Dr. Phil, Don Cherry, and Rodney Dangerfield. And he could hardly wait to get a line in the water, trolling for lakers, sight fishing bays for northern pike, and battling the rapids for Arctic grayling. That's all coming up on this week's episode of Real Fishing.
Here comes. Whoa. All right.
Oh, man. Whoa.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Look at that big laker.
Yeah.
Ah, huge. Oh, baby.
That thing is a monster. Whoa.
The Real Fishing Show with Bob Azumi.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa. Oh, I got one.
Look at that thing.
Help! Look at those teeth.
Bob Azumi.
All right. Woo-hoo. Oh, that's a nice one. Oh. Whoa. All right. Look at the size of this fish.
Real Fishing is sponsored by Chevrolet, Mercury, #1 on the water, and Tim Hortons.
Hey, folks, that's what I call real fishing.
All right, we're ready to rock and roll. I'm out with the athlete of the month, Bob Azumi.
Wayne's got one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The camera boat guy shouldn't be able to fish, should he? Like,
Maybe that's where you should be, and you'll be catching them all.
I don't know. I mean, it's just not right.
I'm really worried to see the fish coming up with Wayne Azumi's Sharpie signage all over it.
Well, you know, he's got a brand new Sharpie. He hasn't used it yet, and he's itching to do an autograph up here at Milton Lake. This could be a signature fish. There we go.
Boy, oh boy.
All right. The Pike Master. Big spoons.
Lake trout pike.
Boy, he is good, isn't he? He's gonna Sharpie that pike. Oh.
Got a series of cards here for you.
They're collectible. Oh,
Look at that handsome devil.
there we go.
Oh, here we go. Oh, look out.
All right.
It's rare to find marlins in Saskatchewan.
I'll tell you, that almost ripped the rod out of my hand.
The elusive, yeah.
The elusive witch.
Well, I said last night, the elusive northern peeler. She bites hard.
I thought you had a clean show. I didn't realize I invited a dirty comic up here to Milton Lake.
Think you got a pike on there?
No, it's lake trout. All right. Oh, yeah. Oh, a jumper. Now that you don't see often, do you?
He wants on the show.
Oh, there we go. All right, good job, Yoshi. Since this is the early part of the season up here, the guides haven't got their hands completely chewed up from hooks, gill rakers, teeth.
And if Bob, if it weren't for the roids, you never would have pulled them in.
All right. Well, you know, I'm in training. Yeah, I'd give you one of these baits to use. This is a Strike King shad, but I've only just got the one. So anyway, let's continue on.
There we go.
Don Cherry fishing.
Don Cherry out fishing. All right, it's a funny thing, eh? It's funny out here, northern Saskatchewan. Pretty good. I'm out here with Bob. Bob as yeah, whatever. Anyway, good Canadian lake, eh? No Swedish fish. I remember one time, eh? Fishing for Swedish fish. They never come on. They never come on board the boat. They were always afraid, eh? They'd always hang out too far away. Canadian fish, they come right up, give you a good time. I like that, eh? Pretty good.
Up next, Bob talks to Dr. Phil about his troubles with his brother Wayne.
Are you really thinking that he's your reason you're not catching any fish today?
Closed captioning is brought to you by FNCC and MotorExam.com. This tip of the week is sponsored by Coleman.
I want to take a few minutes to talk about some of the lures we're using. You know, when it comes to catching lake trout, nothing beats a big old spoon. Something shiny with a lot of wobble, a lot of flash. This is a Lindy Gator spoon, both designed for pike or lake trout. Lots of flash, lots of wobble. This bait here is a swim bait. It's from Strike King, and it's called a king shad. It's got a very slow, seductive wobble to it. And what I've got here is a keel weight. Because this shallow lift doesn't get down very deep, but with this inline keel weight, I can get this down to a nice depth to bring those lake trout up. And when it comes to outfits, I'd go with one of these Compre rods from Shimano. It's actually a trolling rod. They come in about 6 different actions, coupled with the new Corrado 300 reel. It's a wide spool bait caster, some no stretch line, either fire line or spider wire like I've got on here, and you're off to the races. You can feel those hits. They hit like a ton of bricks. Situated among some of the last untouched waters in northern Saskatchewan, Milton Lake Lodge is just 40 miles south of the Northwest Territories border. Built in 2004, the lodge opened its doors to the very first anglers in the spring of 2005. And since its onset, it's easy to see why guests are coming back year after year. Surrounded by pristine wilderness and an abundance of water, Milton Lake Lodge's first-class approach truly does create an unforgettable outdoor experience that you'll remember for a lifetime.
Milton Lake Lodge hosts 16 guests at a time. We have 16 to 17 staff that accommodate these guests, so very high level of service. Each guest has their own private bedroom, 3 meals prepared by a red sealed chef, hot tub, massage therapist. Our northern pike at Milton Lake Lodge are, up to 50 inches. Lake trout we've caught up to 50 pounds, and we also have fantastic grayling fishing in the Porcupine River as well.
Now, I hear you got some trouble. What's going on with you?
Well, I think it's my brother Wayne.
Now look, I've been watching your show for a long time. Let me just tell you, you got both hands on the wheel. You're heading for the ditch. I mean, am I the only one getting this? Come on, look. I mean, I've seen siblings. I got siblings myself. I'm a good old boy from Texas. But I mean, come on. Are you really thinking that he's your reason you're not catching any fish today? Is this the kind of thing that you've been going through all your life?
Just look at him. He's in the camera mode. He's bothering me.
Look, you got to stand up and you got to say, hey, Wayne, is this working for you?
After being enlightened by Dr. Phil, it was time for shore lunch. We met up with the rest of our group and the guides cooked us a tasty feast. Bad weather started to roll through mid-afternoon, so we fished a bit and we headed back to the lodge for the evening. Day 2 on Milton Lake, we decided to sight fish for northern pike. We loaded up the boats and headed straight for the shallow bay. Sight fishing in crystal clear water with polarized glasses can be a very productive technique. Spotting fish in the shallows and being able to see your bait in front of their nose really gets the adrenaline going. You got it. All right.
There it is. That's a Nezumi special right there.
Now, Yoshi's brother told me his eyes are good. He was watching that the whole time for you. Could you see it?
No,
No.
of course not.
Okay.
He's got the
Here.
eyes of that eagle we just saw.
I'll grab for you.
Thanks, Bobby. Oh, you bring him back?
The ocean's been working way too hard lately.
Fantastic.
All right.
That's good fishing up here at Milton Lake.
That sure is. I should just pop right out of there.
Hey, buddy.
All right.
Fantastic. It's way worth coming all the way up here to see some beautiful weather.
Whoops, that's all right. You just hit me in the midsection.
It's my way of saying thanks.
Back at you.
My way of saying thanks.
Oh, this is a big fish. Okay, there's two in there, but this is a big fish. Oh, this one's really got it, but that one big one spooked there. Look at it go with my line. Look at this. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one there. Look at that, baby. Whoa, baby. Oh, yeah. That's what we came up here to Milton Lake for.
Now, aren't you glad Dr. Phil helped you out for a while to get you settled?
Dr. Phil, what should I do here?
Boy, I'll tell you what, if I were you, you got to get to know that fish. You got to sit there and talk to him and say, is this working for you?
It's working. It's a working. That's a thick one right there. Big old Northern Saskatchewan pike. Got a 7-inch jerk shad, saltwater soft bait. And that fish there wanted it bad. It ate it and started to run. There we go. Right in. All right.
Look at that. That's as thick as Sylvester Stallone. Look at that.
Yeah. You need some pliers? Here's some pliers right here.
Nice catch, Bob.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. There's another big one that spooked the other direction when this one hit. So there's actually two fish there. One went to the right. The one that grabbed my bait went to the left. A great looking pike, guys. Now that's an old fish, Howard. Come on, let's catch the fish. There we go. All right. Oh, baby. Oh, he's a pike master now. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, good pike.
What do I got? All right.
All right. Feel like a good one?
This is almost as tough as coaching Norwegian hockey.
Is that right? All right. Good one.
Hey, see?
That was quite the double pump hook set. That's a new signature hook set.
That's the
Howard Mickoski.
That's an NBA pike hook right there. Double pump.
Double pump.
Okay, come on.
All righty.
Okay, let's bring you down. Let's bring you down.
All righty.
There we go.
I'm just playing here to see if there's another one back in there, because I know there is. That's pretty cool, isn't
Well,
it?
Bob is sending me out to get one so he can find the bigger one behind it.
You know how it is. I'm just looking now. That's where good polarized glasses come into play. And I think the real key here is with these baits we're using, the gulp baits, when you cast them out, it's basically just do nothing, like twitch them a bit and then let them sink and sit.
That lure's working really well, Bob.
It's a bait that I'm sure will catch on as a shallow water pike bait down the road.
When we return, more sight fishing for northern pike, and Howard hooks into a trophy. But can he land it? Stay tuned to find out. Let's take a look down under with this week's Fish Eye View, sponsored by Mercury, #1 on the water. It's hard to believe that pike were once looked upon as an undesirable species. Fortunately, most anglers now see them as one of our finest game fish, and rightfully so. During spring and fall, pike feed extensively and respond to a variety of techniques. Basically, you can enjoy them on your own terms. By summer, however, they become increasingly docile and generally refuse to chase bait. Under the hottest dog days, they appear to lose their appetite altogether, and it can get just this ridiculous. It's a common problem wherever they're found. There's even an old rumor that pike lose their teeth during this time. That certainly isn't true, but finding them in deeper water is, usually offshore from shallow weed beds. Here we are in a typical heavily stained northern lake to demonstrate a surefire cure for summer lockjaw. Assuming you've found the fish, try vertical jigging and slow drifting. Work your bait close to bottom, imparting little or no action. Tube jigs, minnow baits, and the like are great for the purpose. Basically, many of the same techniques used to finesse walleye will take summer pike. If all else fails, try working bottom. Do this in front of fish, and you'll trigger a reflex strike. Pike have deeply set instincts, and a struggling, helpless target is too much to resist.
I started as an impressionist, actually. I was doing all kinds of impressions and trying to find really unique ones to do, something that no one else was doing. And from that, it began to build into a corporate show, which I did. It was like 20 minutes of stand-up, 20 minutes of improv, 20 minutes of impressions.
This guy's got good eyes. You know, we have an osprey going over us right now. What's he holding? Looks like he's holding something. Oh, this is a good fish.
Here we go.
That is a big guy right there. That's a trophy.
Come on.
All righty. You know, you never cease to amaze me. I mean, you have come from an amateur to a pro in the matter of a day and a bit. He's got some big old warts on the top of him. Is that your biggest pike ever?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Go, 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 go. Point your rod. Point your rod. Keep going. Yeah. Okay, work him this way again. This way.
Come on.
Well, that crystal fire line's holding up. Who's winning?
Oh.
Good stuff.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, good stuff. That is good. That is a nice one, my man. Oh, let's see the bait. It's not even doesn't even need re-rig. Look at there, nice fish. All righty. Yeah.
That's a fish. Nice job. Thank you.
That's an old fish.
That's okay. I'm going to let you go.
Do you have any final words for this pike?
I'm just saying thank you.
Don't worry about putting your sleeves in my coat in the water.
There he goes. Yeah, he was swimming.
All right.
He was swimming slowly, though.
Yeah, he'll be all right. Good stuff.
Thank you.
Way to go.
We travel to a flyout lake to see an ancient medicine wheel, and Bob pulls out the fly rod to do a little grayling fishing on the Porcupine River. Stay tuned.
During our stay, we were told of an interesting find made by the lodge last year at one of their flyout lakes, an ancient medicine wheel and petroglyph. Howard's not only a comedian, but also an Egyptologist. He was thrilled to have a chance to look at this site. We boarded the float plane and headed to the lake to see what interesting pieces of history it holds. Let's have a look. I want to take a break from the fishing and talk about something a little different, something we've never really done here on the Real Fishing Show in more than 2 decades. Howard, we're at a fly-in lake out of Milton Lake Lodge, and we're talking about a lake that is so remote that I guess natives would have been the only people here that have inhabited this area.
Up to this point, what was very curious when I got up here earlier, this medicine wheel was damaged. It was destroyed, and not accidentally. So many of you are in the outdoors all the time fishing. You're taking some time for shore lunch. You may notice these things and not recognize it as a sacred site. Medicine is another word for power. So it can mean healing, strength, finding your center, learning wisdom. They would all have a little bit something different. By moving into the wheel, it sort of brings like an energy vortex around you to clean the body out.
You've been here now for about 2 hours. What are you feeling?
With every native teaching that I've had, I've done the best I could to try at this moment to conserve this wheel and bring it back to its normal state. But inside it, it's revved up.
Is there a reason that this spot?
They've chosen this spot and they've connected it to not only a medicine wheel, probably to a Vision Quest hill behind us. They've connected to an Anushuk at the top. It would actually be a Anushuk to the medicine wheel, down to a petroglyph we'll see in a minute, to a dreaming area, across to the Vision Quest, to have your initial 14 or 15-year-old, a young boy would have a vision to know what to do with his life.
Folks, this is definitely something that is really unique here on the Real Fishing Show to come across such a find like this, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you want to take just a quick walk down and take a look at it?
Absolutely.
Okay, come on. Let's take a look. Do you want to walk in and try it?
shall we?
Sure. And what I'm going to have you do is just stand right here just for a second. When you're ready, just walk in slowly to the middle rock. Okay?
Right into the middle.
Just stand in the middle.
Very different. Now, double wheels like this are common or not?
No, very rare.
Yeah.
Extremely rare. This is probably very old and very, very special.
There we go.
There he is.
All right. That didn't take long at all. Okay. I would imagine that a big lake trout would really like that for a meal, wouldn't it?
Oh, definitely. Pike too.
You'll drift through an area, okay, if it's hot and you got a lot of activity on the surface, dry fly.
Yeah, that's when it's easiest, and you'll see them surfacing. So
Now, what about like today? It's kind of cool out, a little bit of surface activity, but for the most part, something that'll get down, right?
yeah, they're going to be laying low, so you just have to drift something that'll get down to them.
So you got smaller bead head on there, huh?
Little pheasant tail now.
Got
There's
him?
a fish, yeah.
All right. That didn't take long.
Oh, pike just missed him.
Fighter, huh?
There's a pike following him there. Yeah, that's a
Oh,
fairly
yeah,
decent
that's
fish.
a good one. Check this out. Beauty. Won't fit in your net.
He's tough. There it is.
Oh, that's a nice size grayling. Now, you get a lot of grayling this size?
This is a little bigger than average. It's a fairly decent fish.
Okay, we gotta show that tail. That's pretty amazing. I'll go. There you are. Look at that. Sliced
That's what
open
got
the
him, man.
tail. You saved this fish from getting eaten. All right, good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice fish. Okay.
Oh, I think I got him. It's either a rock or him. What do I got?
You got a rock.
I got a rock, yeah.
Thanks to Ted, guides Yoshi and Brian, and all the staff at Milton Lake Lodge for making our trip an unforgettable experience. We'll see you next week right here for some more real fishing. After this trip, I've never Googled myself again. Look what it got me.
The greatest week of your life.
Yeah, all right. This is a big fish. That is a fish of a lifetime. Whoa. Well, that is just amazing.
Look at that thing.
Oh, yeah. Wow. That was